J.K. Dobbins going as running back 23 versus Breece Hall, rookie for the Jets, going as running back 24 in full PPR. Now, you have been higher on Dobbins this offseason and a little bit more trusting of him. Do you still trust in Dobbins?
Yes.
More so than Breece Hall?
Yes. With the Ravens offense, we know what they want to do. We know they want to be a run-oriented offense and use the run game to open up the passing. They don't want to have to rely on Lamar to pass the ball 35, 40 times a game. That's just not their MO. It hasn't been since they drafted him. With the Jets, we don't know what this offense is going to look like. I know they needed a running back. Well, okay, personally, I didn't think they needed a running back. I thought they had a perfectly serviceable one who was really disappointed that they drafted Breece Hall to overtake him. That is besides the point. But they obviously thought they needed a running back, but they also drafted a wide receiver in the first round. They've got their wide receiver from last year's draft that had a very solid rookie season. So it's just hard to know how this Jets offense is really going to want to operate. I know they come from the San Francisco tree where, maybe they do a little bit more, a little bit more run oriented, but I don't know. I know what we're going to get from the Ravens. So that's why I'd stick with Dobbins.
Fair enough. Real quick, I want to call out Richard Sickles, who entered the chat. This is a twofer.
Hey!
You missed yourself at the start of the episode with your drunk trade recap. So, Richard, go back and listen. But hello to you in the chat now. I do want to talk about Dobbins and the perception of him, which, like you said, hey, it's the offense. They want to run, and boy, do they. But Lamar certainly wants to run a lot himself. And he doesn't necessarily, I don't think, want to dump off to running backs. We saw that happen more last year, not as like a percentage of plays, but just they ran so many more plays. The running backs got more targets. Devonta Freeman got more targets. I used to think that could carry over this season. I'm a little bit more hesitant now. I really am. Like, look back, remember Mark Ingram with the Ravens, and he had like a top 10 or 12 season with them. It was all because of touchdowns. He had double-digit touchdowns, and that's what Dobbins has to do for me. And I think Breece Hall could get there without it. He is a really good pass catcher. And I think that, even though they have Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson there, I don't think that if the offense actually moves along like I hope they will with the offensive line improvements and whatnot, I think I'd rather take Breece Hall because he doesn't have an injury concern that's still bugging me. And for Dobbins, it's still there. Until I see him out there week one, I just have real hard time believing in him. And that could bite me. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'll miss on him this year, and it is what it is.
Okay. That's fine. Be a hater.